Welcome back. It is still Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Time check is 8:41 a.m. It's time for Mainland Focus. We have two focal points this morning. We'll be looking at police harassment and mob actions, or, well, more colloquially known as jungle justice. My name is Mobola Sandra. Fuhad Saheed will also be joining in via the phone line. And don't forget that we're also live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, where you can watch the show live and also drop your comments in the comment section. Now, first, police harassment. Now, as regards the trending or the viral video where we saw in Port Harcourt, happened in Port Harcourt, River State, where we saw three policemen, harassing a man, practically beating him and just shoving him around, and that video went viral for a lot of reasons, one of which Fuhad pointed out this morning, that the young man was there. Well, the young man was there, and he was actually quite emotionally intelligent about handling the scenario. He just allowed them play their game. Now we're looking at police harassment in general. What manner of reforms do you think we need for the police? This particular policemen have been arrested and investigations are also currently ongoing and all of that. But then the issue of police harassment seems not to have, abated, even, from the NSAS conversations, even up until, the death of the female lawyer somewhere in Ajah. And now here we are, the fact that, an armless citizen, let me put armless now, I'm saying armless, that's ARM, not harmless, no weapons of any sort, and then him being harassed just for walking on the road. So as regards police harassment, what manner of reforms do you think we need for the police? Should we commend the police leadership for demanding best behavior from their officers? A lot of people will come up with the argument that, the policemen need to be properly taken care of. Their welfare is, almost abysmal, and, there's just no concentration or attention being paid to the policemen, from their uniform to the vehicles that they drive to, the police barracks and to the police building or the buildings that are made available for the policemen and their families to live in. So what about suggestions? What suggestions do we have, or do you have, as regards reforms for the police force? What about the suggestions for body cams to record videos of police officers when they engage people? So, in some other climes, let's say, for example, in the United States of America, there are body cams, there are car cams where, whatever is done in and around a police officer is being recorded, because there are cameras that are being, tied to their uniforms and also to their cars. All right. So what do you think as regards body cams to record videos of police officers when they engage people? Because at the end of the day, the reason why we have, all of this coming up is because people take it upon themselves to record such, actions or such activities, or when they are taking place. So, do you think it's a good idea for the Nigeria Police Force to adopt body cams to record videos of police officers when they engage people? Also, how can we get the police to be of the best behavior? That's another thing that we need to look at. So, politically, just generally speaking now, police harassment. Some people are of the opinion that, once a policeman is on uniform, anything that he says or does goes. There's no, punishment, or there's no reprimanding that comes from it. So do you agree with that? So, what are your thoughts as regards the manner of reforms that we need for the Nigeria Police Force? That's as regards police harassment. Now, let's move on to mob actions, or jungle justice, as more colloquially known as. Why has it become a norm in Nigeria? You hear ole 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 ole, and then the first thing that comes to the mind of the people around is tire and petrol. And without no investigation, no fair trial, no questioning, nothing, everybody just jumps into action, and then it's almost as if at that point everybody just loses their humanity, and then they just become people in the forest.
Barbarians.
Just leave it at that. For lack of words, because I really don't even want to have. There's no excuse whatsoever for people to come up together, gang up together, and then kill a fellow human being. Even if you cut him with the knife, doing the person. I think everyone should have equal opportunities to a fair
trial.
All right. So mob actions, jungle justice. Is there any way that it can be curbed in Nigeria? Putting into focus the Alu 4 victims, the young man who was alleged to be a Yahoo boy in Akure, and all of that. I remember very, very distinctly, for a very short story of a young woman who was divorced from her husband, and the children are with the husband. So the man remarried. All right. So the woman came to greet her children one day. The man was not around, and the new wife shouted "Ole ole,"
and they killed her.
And they burnt her to death in Mushin. And while all of this was going on, they were pouring the everything, and the husband came in, and what was happening? He said, this is the mother of these children. She can't steal her own children. She came to greet them, but by the time they took her to the hospital, she died of her injuries. So we have so many cases like that. There was also the story of the young man who had a child in his the delivery guy who had a child in his backpack.
I think I was rescued.
The mom was the one that said, please help me take this child to this place. And then because they saw the child with the man, they thought it was bomo. And then they started flogging him and beating him until the mom came and said
he could have been killed.
He could have been killed. So you have cases like that, you have situations like that. It's most notably the Alu 4 killings that happened about 10 to 11 years or so ago. Now, as regards mob actions and jungle justice, is there anything that can be done, or is there anything that the government can actually do about it? Say, for example, maybe everybody that is caught there, everybody just roger them, and then the law takes its course. So why has it become a norm, and how can we stop it?
Well, anyways, I think it's a sad reality of Nigeria, the mob action, jungle justice, and people are so eager to just become some sort of animals. They just want to pounce on anybody, kill, burn. It's unfortunate. There are too many stories of mob actions on allegations of either theft or kidnappings and all of that. I think people need to learn that, look, no matter what you accuse people of, you should also give them the opportunity to defend themselves and go through trial. Although there are always arguments of, if you arrest people and take them to the police, they'll be released and all of that. But the reality is, look, that is supposed to be the right thing to do. No matter what you think or misgivings about the way police handle issues, you still have to allow the law to take its course. We are not barbarians. It's not an animal kingdom where people do things anyhow. Even in animal kingdom, I think there's some level of orderliness. So it's unfortunate, but I think when we begin to arrest people and make them pay for things like that, maybe to serve as a form of deterrence, and then people understand that you don't take the laws into your hands. You allow the law to take its course. So that's my take on that.
Now, police harassment, that's also another serious issue that we need to also, because I think some of these policemen are becoming a little bit wiser now, because they know that any small thing, people pick up their phones and begin to record. So should we start exploring
body cams?
Yes, the use of body cams.
I think we should start exploring that option.
However, now, Fuhad, we are in a country where one small project, billions of dollars.
I think there was a figure when it was suggested sometime last year, to have that done. But I think citizen journalism is helping. I call it journalism again because people are able to really record some of these things. That's why it comes to the public. I like the fact where you said, look, one would expect that the recent killing of Bolanle Rahim, that lawyer in Aja, should somehow send a message to this police to be well behaved.
We don't hear much from that.
No, the case is still ongoing. Yeah. The trial has started. And one would think that the NSAS era, too, the protest during the NSAS and all of that, should somehow send signals to the police to be well behaved, to understand that, look, they should be responsible in the way they discharge their duty. Like I said, if the man was not emotionally intelligent to take all of the insults and harassment of the police, if he decided to retaliate at that point, he could have been killed, because that was a guy carrying guns.
Yes.
So if he was that violent to eat the guy several times, If the guy had retaliated, he would have killed the guy.
That shot him.
So
then he would have lost his
we
life.
need to reform the police, reform them, the training and everything. It's again, you look at the environment they live. You go to their barracks, go to the police stations. It tells you a lot about
so
why they
is
behave
it
in a certain
about,
way.
Their welfare? Maybe do you think that maybe if you focus on the welfare conditions and all of that,
The welfare, the
maybe they'll be able to do
psychology, the
better?
training, the recruitment, everything is faulty, really. We need to, it's a complete package. We need to reform the police completely.
Well, there's a misconception that it is only people that, have severe mental illness that have to see a psychotherapist. But what people don't understand is that there are so many forms of mental issues or psychological
issues that
now
needs attention.
That needs attention.
Or a therapy. Or a therapist.
Yeah. Because people just feel offended when you say, "Oh, I think you need to see a therapist." But then, so that's the conversation for today. Police harassment. That's especially with focus on the Port Harcourt story, where the policemen, although they have been arrested and the police have promised that something will be done. Okay, that's as regards police harassment. What do you think can be done to ensure that our policemen are of proper behavior? And of course, the mob, killing the OAU students over a stolen phone. Allegedly, they suspected that he stole a phone and then he was, beaten to death.
That would shock me.
So now, as regards mob actions, what exactly can be done? Jungle justice, all of this. Very unfortunate. There is no justification for taking the life of another. Even if the person killed, that doesn't put the life of that person into another person's hands. All right, so that's the conversation for today. We're trying to keep things clean. A lot of the political stories are cases in court, so let's try to veer off of that. Let's stay focused. You have just 2 minutes. We'll open up the phone line now. 0913 6000 410 0913 6000 410. Or you can send text messages or WhatsApp messages to 0913 6000 430. 0913 6000 430. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Christopher.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Christopher.
This is please, I want to talk on this police.
Is there a reason we are getting a very unpleasant feedback from your end?
You say what?
Hello?
Hello. I'm hearing.
The quality of the call is very poor. You may have to call us back.
You can hear me now.
We can hear you, but the quality is not very good. So maybe you should call us back. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Robin. I'm calling for AJ.
Okay.
Yeah. Concerning police harassment, I believe that those police, I don't think I believe that before they recruit or they take any police, they go some training, they go some lectures. But many of these police do the road. I don't think they go any training. I don't think they go through any lecture. I believe that many of those police you are seeing, they recruit them. They recruit them from Kacha. There's Kacha.
What's Kacha?
Those boys from mosques. Yes.
Okay.
So what each politician, let me say for more than 5 years or 3 years, they have become a policeman, they start giving uniform. I witnessed many of them around this place I'm living. You see them on mosques. After 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you see them with uniform. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand completely.
Yeah. So those police you are seeing, they are not real police. At least police need nurture. They need to educate them for them to understand this is a human being, not animal. This is a human being like you, not animal. But once they come out in that catcher way, they start misbehaving because they don't know anything. They don't know anything. And they don't know, even the DPO who bring them out don't know anything they're doing on the road. When you go to the station and report those things, the DPO will say that he don't know. And when you call them, they will deny it.
All right.
Now, concerning the jungle justice, let me just check my here. These criminals, they don't have pity in any human being. If you have experience of criminals, where they come to your house or where you judge them on the road, you see that these people, they are heartless. they are very helpless. That is the reason why anybody have gone through them or that have experienced what have been to him. That person, anytime you see where they carry them, the first thing that will go to people's mind is to kill them. Because when they come to your house, when you tell them there's no money, they will not say, okay, let me come back, let us come back 2 weeks time. That's how you have money. They will discipline you and deal with you. If I thought they did not see anybody in that home. So that is why people outside, anytime you hear they catch thieves, they are trying to kill them. That's the one thing about that area. Those people don't have human sympathy.
But it's still wrong because sometimes innocent people are killed on these, mob actions. So you don't have to take the laws into your own hands.
410. That's the number to call. Let's stay focused. Police harassment and jungle justice. What are your thoughts?
Good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
How are you this morning? We thank God for another day. Good morning, Fuhad.
Yeah, good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
We thank God for the rain.
Yes, so.
In my place where I come from, my hometown, most of the people that were recruited into the lower cadre of the police force, they were criminals. Most of them. It's either they've been detained for one crime or the other, and when they came out, they decided they wanted to become policemen. I'm talking about the lower cadre now. I'm not talking about those who graduated from university. Now, you talk about a society, you talk about a working and a police force. Then you should also talk about a good head. Some people will tell you that whatever it is, it starts from you, starts from yourself. I, as a person, have tried as much as possible to be good. But even in this area where I live, they gang up against me. The same attitude at the national state is the same attitude even in our locality. So if the presidency is transparent, they have integrity and all of that, it will trickle down. Remember when Buhari came in, everybody said body language until they discovered that it was, business as usual. So the police force, let me give you another example. You commit a crime, and at the end of the day, if there is somebody in my area now, an uncle of mine, they had settled the matter, the man has gone to jail for a crime. They settled the guy still went back from zone 2 to anywhere else. Right. Now it's not the crime side, it's not the criminal side now. Anti-fraud now wrote him, invited him to come.
Thank you, Pastor.
So the same police station. So these are some of the problems that we have. Mommy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, 0913-6000-410. Would really appreciate it if we can stick within the 2 minutes stipulated time. I'm sure that's more than enough for us to convey our thoughts and opinions as regards the focus for the morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's Patrick Okoro from Ikorodu.
All right.
Yeah, police are becoming business as usual in Nigeria. We go back 2020 at the years that it's all about police. And at the same time, the police that kill a woman in, I don't know if it's like, when they shot the woman. So I don't know. I don't want to talk much, sir, but I can't take it on my street where police will come out and harass me. Everywhere going to be scattered, but police they should be on caution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Damlala.
Yeah, good to have you back. How's the list?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, my opinion this morning is this. It's not about retraining and reforming them. No, that's not going to work. They've done that several times. Maybe they should even start from the recruitment process. Is there background checks on this guy? We need to start from the background check who were good before they joined the force. Or let's say the ones that are about
to gain admission into their whatever academy, you need to run the background checks and then starting from graduating from a bad behavior to.
Hello.
Then nobody would say. Now, when they are arrested, I think any police out here should be arrested and stopped. Then possibly jail for the offense committed. Then for some good.
Thank you very much, Sir Damlola. We appreciate 0913-6000-410. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. This is Mainland Focus. And the focal points this morning is as regards police harassment and the police who have been arrested, the policemen who have been arrested, and trial has begun. But then what exactly can we do, to as regards police reform in this country? And Damilola said something as regards, background checks and all of
the recruitment. But I agree with Damilola completely. There have been allegations of cultists who have found their way into the police force. Yes, I use the word allegation. The first caller talked about catchers. He was talking about catchers. Yes. These are guys who work with keep the bribe. And when an opportunity for recruitment comes, they're cultists. Who was a cultist and then is now a police officer?
That's only 410 and how did it all begin? Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Madam.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you. There's information I want to give to people that which have not been written in the newspaper for over 4 days or 5 days now. I happen to come from Imo State, right in a local government area.
Okay.
But for over 4 or 5 days now, there has been a kind of bombshell of guns, of this very bad gun. Even to the extent that when I call my senior brother, they told me that they entered into our compound, even to the whole of the whole community, and started. And now they have, there is a market they call a Sotitoka market. That time they burned inside of it. This very one again they came, they burned another place. They went to another community and burned their market, up to 4 communities. And I didn't know, even during the time of Mainland Focus, I was alive and I witnessed it. It has never happened like this. And the governor of this team said that he declared war against Australian government. And even my uncle was shot when they came. He was about to claim the thing. A man of 70-something years, they shot him. And then it has been a kind of a bombshell. It's a kind of a guerrilla war. Even Mainland Focus war, I've never witnessed what is happening in our community today.
All right. Thank you very much.
So I want you to please make it
Osu local
government
in Imo State.
I'm from Vikananta, and there's a place called Osu and you and others. This place has been a war front.
All right.
It's quite unfair and unbelievable. My brothers and sisters, they cannot sleep in the house. I thought they could
have this team of the government, this security arrangement from government going there and ransacking the place and all of that, because the governor promised that he was going to do something about what was going on there because of the activities of IPOB and all of this ESN and these things. But the reality is that there's a problem in that particular local government. The response of government and also activities of criminals in that particular place. But again, in between all of these issues now, innocent citizens, innocent residents of that area, that's what he's saying,
have been displaced.
Their markets are being burnt, and so something needs to happen in that particular local government and Imo State generally. There's a problem in that state.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Thank you very much.
Even the election they didn't do the election in a place.
It's okay.
Yeah, that local government. Yeah.
Yes, there was no look. Yes,
because of the.
I remember that one very clearly. All right, thank you very much. We'll dig deep into it. Maybe we'll do some sort of expose on community platform as regards what is happening
in that local government,
Imo State, Osu local government in Imo State, and of course, if you have any, documentary, pictorial evidences, you can always send to our WhatsApp WhatsApp line 0913-6000-430. That's as regards Osu in Imo State. All right, thank you. Now let's go back to focus. Police harassment and jungle justice. What are your thoughts? We'll take some messages and we'll be back to phone calls in a bit. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. Abraham Ayotunde is in Oshogbo, Osun State currently. Policemen should be properly taken care of. Adequate funding and welfare packages retraining and reorientation at least every 6 months. Mental health should also be checked consistently. Those who engage in jungle justice should be arrested and taken to court. Others will learn and the barbaric behavior will reduce. But Fuhad, I also want to bring something to light, just to balance things a bit. Some people believe that, if people are arrested and taken to the police station, some of them can rub palms, with some people in the police.
That's always the excuse, yeah.
They are
and
arrested.
we see them again in society.
And then we see them again in society.
But again, it still doesn't justify mob action or jungle justice.
So what can the government do to assure the people that justice will prevail? Don't kill the criminal.
The justice system needs to be reformed.
So
really. It's all encompassing. Somehow the two issues we are discussing today are intertwined.
Yes. All right. We also have here jungle justice and mob actions you are seeing all over the country is happening because of government failure in leadership. That makes people to believe that if they take a culprit to look at that.
That's what we just said.
That if they take a culprit to law enforcement, they will comprise and leave the criminal off the hook. So the government should sit up and make sure that justice is restored in the polity. Chika Bende from Trade Fair in Lagos. Thank you very much. A very big good morning to you all in Mainland FM. I'm Pastor Son. Those at the helm of affairs are not involved in promoting crime rates through enriching themselves financially. There will be sanity in the system. Have a great day. I agree.
People have been punished, but not enough.
Oregon, the problem, or else it is the issue will die a natural death. But if people are being punished properly, people won't be going for jungle system. All right. Thank you very much. But then, do you think education will play
education
logical?
Again, be logical about things and be to a great extent well behaved. But again, we've seen educated people also misbehave.
Thank you very much. Let's go back to the phone calls. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bature.
But for me, this is my opinion. The truth is, even the Bible says when the foundation is fought against me.
All right. No, that's unfortunate. If you can, please do well to call back. I think you ran out of airtime. Yes. Thank you very much, Bature. Let's.
Okay. What National do? Last year, National do. Why is it that international maintain of police life was not involved? That cut short. Soldier tomorrow, soldier refuse to bring that their men out. Who killed their men for persecution? Who did that thing? You never.
So maybe as friends and
the police lost their lives. Also during the elections, there was of the entire, police.
And talked about the fact that you can't kill people.
I think it's part of jungle justice conversation that we're having.
Talking about.
It's still part of jungle justice when people just come together out of hatred or anger.
And nobody hates the police, Sandra. We don't hate the police.
Someone. Yeah. No, I mean. Maybe someone did something. It's everything together. It's not directed at just the police now.
Yeah,
it's just a human being just does something, and because you are angry, you decide to kill the person. That is the focus as regards mob action, and it cuts across anybody. There's anybody. An Okada man hits someone, the person died, and the next thing they are burning the Okada, and then Okada people, they have this solidarity thing. Once there's something happening
mob
to
action,
all of them come together and then they attack. So that's why we're having this conversation. That do you think it's the entire system that needs some sort of washing? This is something said about Kadabra. I'm just trying to understand.
No, I think what I was trying to say is that look, again, these police officers are a victim of the system. They are also victims of the system. That's
so
what I was trying to say.
Well, the truth is, nobody's even blaming them. We're just
looking at the
what
system
can be done, to ensure that they can be of better behavior.
That's what we're saying here.
Very simple. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Well, this is Obina. I come back.
Okay.
Obina from AJ. Yeah. You see this last caller. This man is a policeman. This last caller that finished this call now is a police, and this man is not a real police.
No, Obina. We try to make.
It's okay, Mr. Obina. Let's leave the last caller. Let's leave whatever the last caller said. He has
his own points.
He has rendered his own points, his own opinion. You go straight to your own thoughts and opinion if you have any, and if not, let's move on to the next call.
No, you would not say the man like that. When another person try to call, you are trying to stop.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Sandra and Fuhad. This will be calling from Ikeja.
Good morning, Obi.
I greet you people. Fuhad, there's a very important point you people are missing here.
Okay.
People, before they enter the police, they must go for drug test. Very, 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 very important. You know, India help is the key, they misbehave, they don't even know that they're misbehaving. And they look at what is happening in America. It's drug abuse that is causing all this shooting you see. And that's the thing we're passing through in Nigeria. Even all this jungle justice, all this alcohol and drug, that's the problem. And if we can take care of this, I think we'll go a long way. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Obi, I appreciate it. This is Mainland 98.3 FM, in case you're just tuning in. And we're currently having a conversation on Mainland Focus as regards police harassment and jungle justice. All right. So what do you think can be done as regards police reform to ensure that police are on a better behavior, especially in their interaction with, the public. All right. And then jungle justice. Why do we have people taking laws into their hands, and how can we stop it? That is the conversation for this morning. You have just 2 minutes, and the number to call is 0913 6000 410, or you can send text message or WhatsApp message to 0913 6000 430.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Damlola.
Good morning.
Yes, from Malaga. Yes, Abba, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Adamilola.
And I really why you're welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honestly, I've listened to a lot of callers, and I think the only thing is that everything is about mental issues. Let's come from, let me say from the angle of this maltreatment and brutality. There's nothing we can do. Even if just that these people are from society, then what do we have in society? The structured society, so what do we say about it? A lot of all these policemen, but they're taking them like officer. No, okay. The thing is that this atrocity should come among the general rank officers. I think if we look into the procedures, who do we about recruit to the police force? What caliber? But do they have a kind of mental balance? Do they, but are they humans? Until we get to that kind of level, we're going to have all this problem, because we have a lot of police heroes. In fact, a lot. They will just dress normal, but mentally they're not fine. And that is why all this matter happens in society. And don't we just, it's all about society as well. I cannot do it. So you cannot do it, but you cannot do it. Because how can you actually carry weapons without any problem for you? Actually, kill someone. It's not done. It's all about mental status. The thing does that, I don't know the work of National Orientation Agency. It's not people to be enlightened. Let them be enlightened. The thing does that, we need to let them know that this thing is wrong. And if there's a kind of problem with our judicial system, they must look into it. Let the proper justice, that people will have the confidence, then people can change, they can be transformed. But after all this time, that's nothing. Society is the first thing. Let's look into it. What can we put on the table to enlighten people, to bring them up, to know the reality about their systems? That's my take. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Damlola from Alaba. We appreciate. Let's take some messages. I'll be back to phone calls in a bit. I have here #NSAS has not taught many policemen any lesson. Now, it's even as if they're avenging the ban of NSAS. I don't understand how people paid with public funds protect the populace have become the number one enemy of the people that they are meant to protect. Yet they lie to us that police is your friend. I feel these are some ways to reform that system. 1, good background check before absorbing them. 2, good educational qualifications. 3, reduce the fact that almost all police on patrol are armed with AK-47. That's another thing. Like someone's on the road and you are with, a large gun that's supposed to be for, war situation. That's
so much of weapons,
Number 4, improved pay. Number 5, training and retraining periodically. 6, introduction of moral studies in their stations. 7, severe punishment of anyone that is involved in molestation of citizens. Now, jungle justice. People are annoyed for many reasons, and a little provocation sparks it off. Never the best, hence National Orientation Agency that has been snoring needs to wake up.
You need to wake up.
Traditional rulers, religious groups, peer groups need to preach against it. The murdered fellow may be the Messiah Nigeria has been waiting for to deliver us from the quagmires we are in today. Why is there Sharibo? And that's Chijoke from Misolo.
Always spot on.
I'm so pleased. with this. I'm so pleased with this, message. Thank you very much. We appreciate your message. We also have good morning. Please, can I have Mr. Fuhad's number in order to share my proposal on police reform with him? Mr. Fuhad is not the head of Police Service Commission. I don't know why you are sharing.
But you can send it to that number, you
can send to
this same number. Yeah, so we'll see it.
We'll see it, and we'll forward it to Mr. Fuhad, who will then forward it
to the right quarters.
To the right quarters.
But you can always send it to that number.
But thank you very much, Mr. Dakpo Ajibola.
Yes,
thank you very much for your interest. Please send it to this same number you sent your WhatsApp message to. Thank you. All right, we also have good morning, crew. I want to ask, why are our public schools not working in Lagos? We're not talking about schools. But thank you very much, Mr. Dayo from Fagba. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that one. All right, so we also have one here that says, hi, Mainland FM. I'm not a fan of mob action, and there are at least 2 incidents that I have jumped in to save people through pleading to stop mob action on a thief. But the major issue now is that the people have lost trust in the legal and police system. If you have money and influence, you can get away with anything, and this is the reason why people will continue to resort to it unless the police and courts start showing that there will be justice to those that commit heinous crimes. For police harassment, I believe it has to do with how they are employed. The police force employment nowadays is 90% who you know. So anybody can be employed without the necessary evaluation process. If they go through the necessary process and training, this will reduce. But it cannot be stopped. Even in Western countries, they still have their cases. Sure. Sean from Festac, barest minimum. That is what we are asking for. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Victor on the line, promotion.
Good morning, Mr. Victor. Please go ahead.
The issue of mob action, I really support that. It's not welcome at all. I noticed that some people use that advantage, to do what they plan to do on someone. But that is really evil and barbaric. So the issue of police, no amount of reform. Let me tell you, if it is the same set of police that I know for now, it is only God know how to change their heart. Even the one within me for this issue. Why do you believe that police with uniform will go and hide under tree because of people that will take one way instead of standing there to correct them? Go back, don't follow this area. They will just hide. They will go inside store, where someone is not staying, go and hide. I noticed police, should be marking and I think they don't have any work to do than to come and look for people that follow one way. And that very particular place, I'm telling you, brother, once you put a sign of one way there, before you know it, in the midnight,
they removed it.
Tomorrow morning, you will not see it again. What can you call that? Will you tell me that police, most of them, will you tell them that they know their job? They are there to make money, to intimidate people. Once they enter a vehicle, one will be in the front, one will be at the back, tell you that we are taking you to mobile court. Before you know it, they will go up there, collect 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, come back again. It's too bad.
All right.
Those things make people to be angry. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, that will probably be the last call that will be taken this morning, as we need to start wrapping things up. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. It's Mainland Focus, and the focus for this morning was police harassment and jungle justice. All right, we have some messages here. Good morning, Mainland crew. Please, by now. Okay, sorry about that. There's no name or location. All right, thank you very much. When you send text messages or WhatsApp messages, please do well to put a name to it so we can address you appropriately. All right, please put your name and where you are texting from. It's very simple. Add it to your notes, and then we can move on from there. Gone are the days police was on love occasion, young people vocation, occupation young people want to join, but not anymore. Politics and poor welfare have crumbled the system. There's a stubborn and notorious guy living in Ojuelegba. I don't want to mention the street. He's currently a police officer and he's also under the Ojuelegba bridge as I speak now.
Posted to the same area.
Posted to the same area. That's interesting. The police force just recruit people without proper scrutiny, and the guys come in and mess up the system. I know of some good police officers, but majority are not supposed to wear that uniform. Same as to other agencies, not just the police, especially the NDLEA. Innocent from Surulere, thank you very much. Appreciate. Good morning, Mainland FM. Jungle justice can be stopped if the government will stop being aloof. When jungle justice or mob action occurs, do our governments react? The government should get on a statewide broadcast with executive powers banning it outrightly. If jungle justice is carried out on any street, the CDA should be held. I'm living on the streets. They are fighting 5 streets away. They will come and carry.
But in a lot of situations too, you have elders in streets in areas who could have stopped it. Of course, but they also encourage it. The Alu killings, it's a clear example. They were there, the mothers, the fathers of those people, and they were just looking and urging them on.
That's very unfortunate. Ekene from Bariga, thank you very much. And finally, this morning, I'm Stanley from Mende, Maryland. I think the best way is to be doing mental tests within the police and all our youths because of high rates of drug abuse in our country. Thank you very much to everyone who joined in on the conversation this morning. But then before we go, there's a lot that a lot of people mentioned this morning as regards jungle justice and as regards police harassment. Now, the recruitment process, the training process. But one thing that I picked out is, the functions of our MDAs. Now, take for example, the National Orientation Agency. The COVID era, they were barely there.
They were not there.
It was the NCDC that
was sending messages and engaging Nigerians.
We also had during the voter registration exercise, they were barely there either. And then we also had cash scarcity issues. They were not there at all. And then the issues still keep going on, and then it's supposed to be an agency that's supposed to handle things like that. And then we even also have the Population Commission. They come in once every 18 years, and they are an agency that is well funded, and there are people there collecting salaries.
We have census this year that's going to happen, I think, in June, starting in June. So
that's what you say.
They're going to be counting Nigerians.
Then after 18 years again, they'll come back. I think it's supposed to be a
10-year thing. It's supposed to be every 10 years, but I think we missed the last. It was supposed to happen in 2. We missed 2. Now we're going to have it now. But I actually even question the one we're having this year, whether we have the right environment, to conduct a proper census.
Well, thank you very much. We'll be back by 9:45. It just means that the end, all of our agencies, commissions, ministries, departments, and all of that need some sort of, looking into, basically. Thank you very much, Fuhad, Saheed. But we're not done yet. We'll be back by 9:45 for international stories. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. Please stay tuned.